We've had a lot of rain since yesterday. I went to Marion and good grief. It was really hard to get through a lot of the roads over there. It was so flooded. But anyway, I want to go ahead and continue about the cannabis and chronic pain discussion. So, we're going to talk a little bit about the benefits of using cannabis over traditional medications like the over the counter medications and the opiates. But, here's the thing. Cannabis has absolutely been used for centuries to treat lots of medical conditions, but its use has largely been overshadowed by criminalization and use of traditional medication. However, recent studies have begun to explore the potential benefits of using cannabis as a treatment option. One of the major advantages of using cannabis is that it's relatively safe with very few side effects. So additionally, cannabis is effective in treating a wide variety of conditions, including pain, inflammation, which is a lot of times the source of chronic pain, anxiety, seizures, migraine headaches, mood disorders like PTSD and stuff like that. But moreover, cannabis is non-addictive, some say it is, and rarely interacts negatively with other medications. You do have to be careful if you're taking a statin, though. And as a result, it represents a promising alternative for patients who are looking for an effective and safe treatment option. But what are the risks and side effects of using cannabis for your chronic pain? It's been used for millennia to treat various forms of chronic pain. Its use still remains controversial, as I already mentioned, because of the stigma behind the plant. And some worry about the risks and side effects of using cannabis, especially in light of the current opioid crisis. However, a growing body of evidence suggests that cannabis may provide a safe and effective alternative to opiates. In one study, patients who used cannabis for chronic pain reported a 64% reduction in their use of opioids. That's fantastic. Other research has shown that cannabis can help to reduce inflammation and relieve neuropathic pain, which is that pain that can result in neuropathy of the feet, sciatica pain, pain from shingles. I heard you, Cindy. Though more research is needed, these studies suggest that cannabis may be a promising treatment for chronic pain. And of course, with the criminalization of the plant, the FDA's kind of had a strong hold on people's ability to do clinical trials, but they are being done more and more often. We're getting to see more and more results of clinical trials, head-to-head trials using cannabis. So how do we find the right strain and the right dosage? So there's a lot of factors to consider, and that's where your cannabis coach comes in. But that being said, choosing the right cannabis strain and dosage for you is got to be taken very seriously. You've got to start very, very low and go very, very slow with what you do choose to use. So are you looking for pain, for relief from pain? So there are different strains that will produce different effects. And it really actually isn't the strain so much as it is the terpenes in the strain. So a lot of, and I mentioned this before in a terpene video that I did, but a lot of labs are not labeling their product with the terpene levels. But you want to look for a chemobar that has beta caryophyllene in it. That's basically like black pepper. And if you don't want to use cannabis, you can use essential oils, which is my first plant medicine love, and I still use essential oils every day. I will never stop. But black pepper is beta caryophyllene in a bottle. Just saying. So beta caryophyllene is your terpene that is going to address inflammation and pain. You can also choose a CBD or a lot of the constituents that are found in CBD, like CBDA, CBC, CBN, THCV. These all address inflammation and pain. And of course, using CBD, you're not going to get any of the psychoactive effects that you get if you use THC exclusively. So the next step in considering your preferred method, considering how you're going to use cannabis, is trying to figure out what your preferred method of ingestion is. So it can be consumed by smoking, vaporizing, edibles. It can be topical. You can use tinctures or oils under the tongue. So it's really important to find what best suits your needs. So let's say, for example, you work and you've got knee pain and you have to stand on your feet all day long and your knees are killing you. So if you have a tincture, you can take a bottle of a tincture along with you, which might look something, sort of like this. This is actually an oil. But if you got a tincture, you just drop a couple drops underneath your tongue, and you've got relief that's going to have an onset of about 15 minutes. And it's very discreet. Nobody's even going to know they're using a plant medicine product unless you tell them. So the other thing I said already is that you just really need to start low, go very slow with your dose, increase gradually as needed. This way you're going to find that sweet spot. You're going to find that perfect balance of what's working and eliminating any side effects that you might experience. So everybody responds to cannabis differently. So it's very important that you just experiment with what works best for you, and with a little trial and error, you can find the perfect strain and the perfect dosage of cannabis for your specific needs. So when you use cannabis correctly, you can effectively manage chronic pain without using opiates. Start low, go slow, be patient. Don't expect immediate relief from pain because it may take a few days or even weeks of consistent use before you notice any effects. Pay attention to side effects. So cannabis can cause some side effects, including dizziness, dry mouth, and fatigue. And if you experience any of these things, you want to reduce your dose or just stop it altogether. You want to do the right delivery method. So if smoking or vaporizing is for you, that's good. Otherwise, edibles or topicals, with a little under the tongue tinctures or oils. Find the best method that works for you, and then you really do need to talk to your provider about cannabis use. But unfortunately, most providers do not have an understanding of cannabis, and they may just nod their heads and say, well, I don't think you should do that, or yeah, sure, go ahead and try it, whatever. It's a free-for-all. But I'm a provider. I understand the use of cannabis. So if you want a coach, you can connect with me, and I'd be happy to help you out. Alrighty, that's it for today. Y'all's have a great Friday and a wonderful weekend, and stay dry. Bye.